Welcome to this meditation on staying positive in changing times. I'm Molly McCandless. All right, as we all know, it can be hard to stay grounded and positive when things are changing so quickly on on the planet, and those changes may be affecting you or people you know. Tonight, you're going to look at that energy that's affecting your ability to stay positive and in a higher vibration. And then you'll be able to reset your energy to a higher space. Maybe today you're feeling great, but it doesn't take a lot to throw us off, especially with the collective energy of fear and unpredictability on the planet. So, the more you can make it a daily practice of at least grounding, releasing, and replenishing yourself, which is part of the opening meditation, it really does make a difference and keeping your vibration higher. And sometimes I have a problem doing that too. So I really need to sit and focus and release and do the same things I'm encouraging you to do. All right, let's go ahead and get grounded. Close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths and relax. It's always really better to sit with your back straight if you can, feet flat on the floor, legs uncrossed, so you're able to release more energy. If you lay down, there's a good chance you'll fall asleep. For those of you who know how to create a grounding cord or have one attached, go ahead and release it, create a new one. If you are not sure what a grounding cord is, it is a line of energy that you can create in a mental image to ground your physical body to the planet and your spiritual body to your physical body. What that looks like is if you focus some energy on the base of your spine, you can create the image of say like a large hollow tube that connects at the base of your spine. And without overthinking it, goes through the floor beneath you, down through the layers of the planet, and plugs into the crystalline core of the planet. And that hollow tube or line of energy, or what's really called a grounding cord, helps to anchor your body to the planet. It also gives you a way to release energies that you're wanting to release out of your body, out of your aura. And it works with gravity to pull that energy out, pulls it down that tube into the crystalline core of the planet, and that's where that energy gets recycled. So imagine that again, from the base of your spine, you can create an image that connects you to the planet. And once you make that connection from the base of your spine into the center of the planet, you may notice that gravity starts to work with that grounding cord. So you might even feel a little bit of a tug on your body. So just don't overthink it. So I'm going to call out or suggest a few energies to sense in your space. So when you have a sense of where you might be holding on to something, all you really have to do is say hello to it and allow it to get pulled out of your body down the grounding cord. So focusing focusing on your body, sense where you're holding on to stress. Where is the stress held in your body, your back, your shoulders, your jaws, your neck? Send it down the grounding cord. And it's really a good idea to make sure it goes all the way into the center of the planet. If you're not used to the tools, it can be awkward at first, and that's why I say don't overthink it. Just know that if you never, if you didn't clean a pipe out and say over the years you just assumed that everything was going down that pipe and suddenly you have a backed up pipe. It's kind of how your grounding cord works too. You want to make sure the energies are flowing all the way down into the center of the planet. All right. Sense if you're holding on to problems in your space. Maybe there are problems that people are looking for you to solve. Maybe there are perceived problems. It's really just energy. But if you're sensing that there are some problems in your space and you cannot resolve them or they're not yours, sense where you're holding on to them and release them. Maybe it's your solar plexus. Um, Maybe it could be your throat, it could be your head, it could be your heart, it could be anywhere. So release problems. Then release any words you did not get to say today. A lot of times that gets kind of balled up in our throat or our throat chakra. So if you're noticing a tightness in your throat, maybe there's some words that, well, you didn't get a chance to say, you're afraid to say. Maybe somebody's constricting your ability to speak. Um, you're afraid to be honest. Go ahead and sense that energy in your throat and let it flow down through the center of your body and then down the grounding cord. Okay, good. Those are just a few energies to release. If you go back to practice this again, you can just literally think about anything that's affecting you and send it down the grounding cord. And once you release, you need to replenish. So in order to do that, you can create the visual of a large warm golden sun sitting about 6 inches above your head. Because we leave a little bit of energy everywhere we go, that can be very depleting. And this is imagery, in this imagery of a warm golden sun, you can imagine that you can collect your energy and direct it back into the sun above your head. It's like your energy is magnetized into the sun above your head. Only your energy comes back to you. So sense where you've left it in places and spaces with people. Um, Maybe if you don't do this very often, you can have a lot of energy out floating around in places and spaces. If you do this frequently, maybe you only need to go back a couple of days. So imagine all your energy can flow back into that sun above your head. I like to see my energy come back as a really pretty color in a vapor. You could see it as a line, colorful lines of energy, or just in a postulate, just knowing that it's coming back. When that sun is full of your energy, imagine that you can bring it in through the top of your head and start saturating all your cells and organs with your vital life force energy. This is how you replenish. You release, you replenish. So it's like hydrating a dehydrated sponge. Let your cells and organs from your toes to your fingertips to the top of your head saturate with your energy. And now you're going to be way more in present time with just that grounding and releasing and replenishing. All right, now you're going to take a look at the energy that is affecting your ability to stay positive with all the changes happening on the planet daily. In order to look at energy clairvoyantly, you need a place to view it. So again, in another mental image out in front of your head, about a foot, imagine that you can create a white blank screen, like a viewing screen or a reading screen. It could look like a computer screen, kind of a white flat screen, sits about a foot in front of your head. It's a foot wide, a foot tall. If it's white, it's easier to see energies. So as you create that screen, you're also going to add a grounding cord, a hollow tube to the base of the screen, and goes down through the layers of the planet, plugs into the crystalline core so that your screen stays in place. So now you have the screen, but in order to look at this energy that you're going to want to give a healing to tonight, you need, say, like a container to hold the energy, that energy that's keeping you from sometimes staying positive. So in the center of your screen, create the image of a clear bubble. And as you create that bubble, have the intention that it holds the energy of anything that's affecting you from being able to stay positive right now with all these changes. And as you're setting that intention in that bubble, you might see darker textures and colors illuminate in that bubble. And that's foreign energy that's affecting you. That's the energy you're going to start to release. So just take a look at it, try to stay neutral. It might be really full. So in order to release that energy, you're going to need to give that symbol a grounding cord, a hollow tube, in order to release the energy out of the bubble and into the center of the planet. Whatever you work on out in front of you on your screen translates to healing energy on your own body. So with that grounded bubble holding the energy that's keeping you from staying positive, whatever textures and colors you see, go ahead and start doing an initial release and send all that energy down the grounding cord, or as much as you can. And while you're looking at that, I'm just sensing right now, some of you might feel tension in your solar plexus. That's where we that's the third chakra. It's where we create the energy to move our bodies forward. It's our will center, like our will to move forward. It's also the ego. But that's where I always see a lot of, if there's going to be programming or control energy from outside people or forces, a lot of times that's in the solar plexus. So as you're looking at the bubble on your screen, you may start to feel tension in your body. So if you're feeling it in your solar plexus or anywhere else, remember you have a grounding cord on your body. So you'll just kind of multitask. You can release energy off the bubble on your screen. You can also release it off your body and down the grounding cord that's attached at your spine. Okay, that was the initial release. I'm going to call out a few energies for you to take a look at in this space. The first energy is programming. Is there any energy in your bubble that's trying to program you to believe in something or do something or act in any way, and that is keeping you from uh, staying positive? So I want you to look for the energy of programming. That could be from people, it could be from media, it could be from government, it could be from anywhere. And I'm not getting political here. It's just a lot changing really fast. So look for programming in your bubble and send it down the grounding cord if it shows up in a texture and color. Okay, I'm going to move through these fairly fast, so you will probably need to go back and work this again, and I suggest you do, and look for other energies that you know are affecting you. I want you to sense, look at, see if in your bubble you have any energy around fear. Um, whether it's fear of change, fear of the unknown, fear of not being able to control what's happening. Um, the change could be viewed as positive or negative, but it's happening quickly and it's not really giving a lot of people time to adjust to the new energy. So everything's happening really fast. So if you sense there's fear in your bubble, go ahead and release it and send it down the grounding cord. Okay. Uh, Look for and release any unconscious energy. That could be your unconscious energy or other people's. There's literally unconscious energy always floating out there in the world, and a lot of times it can collect up so in your space. So you can sometimes feel it in your physical space, especially on the top of your head, your crown. So look in your bubble to see if there's unconscious energy, which I typically see as gray or white. To me, it looks like fog, but it really could be any color or texture. It could be, there's so much unconscious energy. It could be dark and heavy. Look on the towards the top of the bubble, and then look anywhere else in that bubble for unconscious energy. Release what you see. Release the energy of overwhelm, being overwhelmed by what's happening. Uh, Maybe that's an energy you don't see in your space, but if you do, the energy of being overwhelmed. And remember, some of these energies I'm calling out, you may not feel them, but the people around you, again, the collective, may be overwhelmed. And again, that energy can seep into your space and you can start to match it. So look for the energy of overwhelm. Whatever you see in that bubble, send it down the grounding cord into the center of the planet. Okay, the next energy is any energy of panic, panicky energy, like that can come up even as a feeling of anxiety in your own body. So if you see the energy of panic, go ahead and send that down the grounding cord. I mean, it's not just things are changing every day in the United States, they're changing around the world, and astrology is also adding to that. So I've seen a lot of clients who are kind of in a panicky energy. So if that's in your space, in your bubble, release it. Okay, I'm going to go through just a few more energies pretty quickly here. I just want you to look in that space to see if there's any negative energy. That could be from other people. It could be negative energy of yours. The negativity could be from a past experience that's getting triggered because things are moving so fast. So that would probably show up as a pretty dark texture or color. So if you see any kind of negativity, go ahead and release it. And remember, if we're really triggered, there's usually something in our space that's getting activated from a past experience, a past trauma, not again being in control or whatever it is. So that's why you want to go back if you're really activated and at least ground your body or work this tool again. So look for the negativity again and release it. And think about that. If you're talking to people, you know, whether their beliefs are yours or not, um, if you listen to people who complain, that can actually lower your vibration so fast, and that can absolutely keep you from being able to stay positive. So, if you have somebody who complains a lot, you might want to reevaluate your relationship with them, or maybe have boundaries, or, hands up, like, just keep it positive. But I'll tell you what, that will tank your energy so fast. And remember, your subconscious does not know or cannot differentiate whether that negativity that's being placed in your space is yours or someone else's. So you can easily match that. Okay, two more energies I want you to look for: uncertainty and the energy of sadness. Sometimes we can feel sad because things are changing fast, and maybe we want to hold on to the way things are, but we can't. So, you know, embracing change, and if it affects you in a certain way, then just whatever you can do to keep your vibration high, and you'll replenish yourself in a moment to raise your vibration up. So that last energy was sadness. And then I want to give you about 30 seconds to look for any energy, like the biggest one that maybe I didn't mention, that's keeping you from being able to stay positive. So whatever that is, have the intention that it is illuminated in that bubble. Look for the textures and colors and release. Really good job. Now we've just released all that energy, so we want to replenish it to a higher vibration. So in order to do that, you're going to create another visual that is of a large, warm golden sun sitting above the bubble on your screen. And I'm going to suggest a few energies to add into that sun. And the reason for that is when you add higher vibrational energies, you could see them floating into that sun above the bubble on your screen as words written in gold, or as just thoughts or postulates. When you fill a space up with high vibrations, that literally raises the vibration of the space. So with that sun above the bubble, go ahead and I'll suggest a few energies and then you can add some of your own. These first few are really a way to help you create some neutrality to keep your energy higher. So how about into that sun, adding the energy of neutrality, amusement, personal freedom, certainty, maybe some peace, grace and ease, serenity, joy, gratitude. And I always like adding the energy of seniority so that I can always be senior to whatever I want to create, right? So add seniority and then anything else you want to add into that sun to raise your vibration. Only positive thoughts and energies go into that sun. All right, bring that sun in through the top of the bubble and make sure it fills that bubble in to the very edges. So that gold energy is holding all those positive vibrations. Remember, whatever you're working on the screen out in front of you translates to your body. So you're actually raising your physical body's vibration. And know that you can ask a symbol anything. You can talk to symbols on your screen. So if you go back to do this again, you could ask, like, how much am I being affected by a certain vibration? And then you can look for that and release it. Um, then you don't have to be the effect of other people's energy if you can stay on top of this, right? Like if you don't know what's affecting you, then just ground a bubble on your screen and ask it to release any energies that are affecting you. Like if you can't sit down and do it on your own body because you're too activated, then do it in a bubble on your screen. Look for that screen, ground a bubble, saying illuminate whatever's affecting me right now, release it, and then do the same process of filling back in with a large, warm golden sun of where you want to vibrate. Remember, when you keep your vibration up high, you start to be more present and grounded, and you can make positive changes for yourself, and then you can create more because you're attracting more. All right, you've filled that bubble in, but we don't want symbols hanging out in the front of our screen so that we're going to see it where, every time we look up. So to disperse that energy, imagine that you can take the visual of a pin and just pop that bubble, and it can just burst into a billion little pieces of gold dust. You're just transmuting the energy. You're not destroying what you just healed. So pop that bubble. Then create a sun above your own head. And you're going to fill your physical body in. So let's just add some of those vibrations that we just added into our bubble, and then you can add a few more of your own. How about into that sun above your head, adding the energy again of neutrality so you can stay neutral, some amusement. See that as words written as gold, in gold, or postulates float into the sun, personal freedom, certainty, serenity, peace, grace and ease, calmness, joy, lots of gratitude, seniority, so you can be senior in your space, and then add anything else that you would like to add into that sun. Okay. When you're ready, bring that sun in through the top of your head. Fill yourself in, saturating all your cells and organs. Remember, you can fill yourself in with a golden sun every day. You can do that throughout the day to keep your energy higher. Okay, when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths and come out of trance.